Year 6373. A blue tiefling monk drank at a bar at the bounty hunter's hall in Dalkopel called Horror.
I was drinking and reminiscing of how my old ally, Zombini, lost all interest in me when we visited the island of the Kraken, of how Odoacer killed that alchemist and Thaddeus, of how the selfish Dokkan feared to battle Venomfang, the dragon who imprisoned his own father for so many years, and how Kevli and Greystone foolishly started the fight in Marathi's audience chamber. Yes, Marathi. I thought of Marathi and how I would love to exact vengeance upon her. I looked down at my hands. Somehow, I had retained the devil powers I received from Zariel. I was not an ordinary tiefling, yet I know I do not have the power to defeat the Drow Queen on my own. Since my inexplicable return to this world, I have been consumed with thoughts of feeding that vile bitch Marathi. Till I am able to do so, I will not return to Thaddeus. I heard a commotion in the hall. I saw mercenaries burst into the room.
Hey, everyone, come see this. There's something happening outside of town.
Beckoned the man. I looked around and saw some of the notable men in the room head outside. There was the famous bounty hunter Seat Deer, the notorious pirate Captain Rothschild, a cleric known as Priest who was rumored to be a brutal butcher of a doctor, and there was a hedge knight called Sir Trentham, the Peach Knight. They all rushed outside, and I quickly followed them. We followed our ears to the outskirts of Dalkopel and saw a queer sight. There was an enormous blue portal of some kind. I later learned that portal led to another plane.
What the hell is that?
Murmured the Knight of Peaches. Figures emerged from the portal. I saw 3 men riding nightmares. One donned a funny-looking mustache and a rapier on his sword belt. Another was fairly young and had star tattoos on his face. The last man was older, wielded a giant scythe. He looked deranged. A small band of tattered men followed them. More figures stepped through. I observed a demonic-looking, heavily armored being walking aside a demonic-looking female. A giant demonic bird, looking like an evil raven, flew through the portal next. A voluptuous, curvy woman with impossibly long red hair stepped through the blue ether. She didn't look quite human. An army of demons followed them. The other men from the tavern and I approached the advancing group, in awe of the scene unfolding before us. The man with the mustache was holding a large piece of parchment paper, a spell scroll. He held it out in front of him and seemed to softly speak a few words. The scroll crumbled to dust, and the portal quickly closed and disappeared.
Finally! I've returned to this plane!
Exclaimed the mustached man.
Who are you? Is this some kind of demon invasion?
Asked the Captain Rothschild.
And no, my friend. This is no invasion. This is a liberation! We've come to save your world from being unmade.
The man kicked his nightmare's rump and paced side to side in front of the bounty hunters and mercenaries, addressing them with a speech.
Brothers! I can tell from you lot, and from this landscape. This is the outskirts of Dalkopel, in the Abandoned. You men are mercenaries and bounty hunters. Strong, experienced men.
Bewildered, the men from the tavern exchanged confused glances.
There is a threat coming to this world. A danger that can end us all. Unite with me, and we can stand together. We will take this kingdom for ourselves and mount a defense against the unmaking that is looming ahead of us.
Upon hearing the strange mustache man speak with such confidence and purpose, I thought to myself, reflecting deeply upon his words, This man is inspiring. He's a man I could follow. The tattered men drew their swords and raised them into the air.
Ainsworth!
Messiah!
Messiah!
Messiah Cortania! Savior of Dova!
Ainsworth twitched his upper lip and moved his stupid-looking mustache up and down and side to side. He drew his rapier and raised it into the air.
To this world, we bring chaos. But through that chaos comes salvation.
In unison, Haynes's men chanted,
Chaos prevails! Chaos prevails!
Chaos prevails!
The bounty hunters and mercenaries looked at each other, and Sir Trent drew his blade.
Chaos prevails!
Slowly, one by one, the men of Dalcopel drew their swords, and oaths and affirmations were uttered in support of this mustachioed savior from the portal.
The Messiah!
Chaos prevails!
Ainsworth, savior of Dova!
Messiah!
Ainsworth! Savior
Ainsworth!
of Dova!
Savior of Dova!
Before long, every man had his sword drawn and raised high. In unison, the men chanted,
Chaos prevails!
Chaos prevails! Chaos prevails!
I ignited my gauntlet, the burning fist, and smiled. I raised my flaming hand high into the air, and I felt at home. Chaos prevails.